French defense, Horwitz, Papa-Ticulat Gambit. Giveaway: one player was winning, but then gave it away. That game was pretty competitive. Black played better than White in the opening. The middle game battle was fairly even. White outmaneuvered Black in the endgame. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. While preparing for d5, the French defense prevents the light squared bishop in favor of a strong center and opportunities for counterattacks. b3 prepares to fianchetto the dark squared bishop to b2, where it will sit on the long diagonal. It is an inaccuracy. d5 takes space in the center, attacks the e4 pawn and allows the light squared bishop to develop. It is best. bb2 places the bishop on the long diagonal in a move called a fianchetto. It is excellent. By doing this, a knight moves out of its beginning square and into the action. A pawn kicks the opposing knight, forcing it to move or risk being captured. The knight is thus brought to safety. It is the final book action. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. By doing this, a queen moves off of its beginning square and into the action. That's good. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. It is quite good. By doing this, a knight moves out of its beginning square and into the action. It is quite good. This poses a fork piece threat. It is incorrect. Thus, the attacked pawn is protected. This prevents the adversary from forking pieces. It is ideal. This strikes the rival queen. It is ideal. The queen is now on a square that is more secure. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This ignores an opportunity to kick a knight. This permits the opponent to kick a queen. It is an inaccuracy. This ignores an opportunity to kick a queen. It is a mistake. This can indicate that a pawn is being attacked. That falls flat. This enables the adversary to kick the knight. It falls flat. This misses a chance to trample a knight. It is incorrect. There were worse maneuvers, but there were also much better ones. It is incorrect. This strikes a rival knight. That's good. The knight is now on a square that is more secure. That's good. This misses a chance to center a knight so that it can dominate more squares. It is incorrect. There was only one good move in that position. This overlooks an opportunity to kick a queen. This allows the opponent to reveal an attack on a pawn. It is a miss. There was only one move that was effective, and this was not it. This misses a chance to expose an assault on a pawn. It falls flat. This is not the best approach. It is incorrect. The knight becomes more active as a result, gaining control over more of the board. It is ideal. This enables the adversary to make a pawn attack known. It is incorrect. This overlooks a more effective technique to expose an assault on a pawn. It is incorrect. There was just one smart move to be made. That falls flat. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. It is ideal. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. It is ideal. Not the finest, this. It is incorrect. There were worse maneuvers, but there were also much better ones. It is incorrect. Recaptures. It is ideal. Backs off. It is ideal. This could have been done lot better. It is incorrect. This is not the best approach. It is incorrect. This is the only good move. This threatens to create a passed pawn. It is a great move. The pawn is now on a square that is safer. It is ideal. That pawn's capture grants you material. It is quite good. Now that the rooks can see one another, they can defend one another. That's good. This loses material. This allows the opponent to reveal an attack on a pawn. It is an inaccuracy. This misses a fantastic but elusive move. This poses a knight-winning threat. It falls flat. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This is a missed chance to expose a pawn onslaught. It is incorrect. There was only one good move in that position. It is a mistake. That was a truly amazing move. It is brilliant. Recaptures. It is ideal. This adds pressure by pinning a rook. This threatens to win material. It is best. This loses material. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it? This misses an opportunity to threaten winning a pawn. It is a blunder. There was only one good move there. This misses a better way to win material. It is a miss. This threatens to fork pieces. There was only one good move in that position. It is a mistake. This threatens to win a rook. This missed a move that would have produced a winning position. This overlooks a better way to win material. It is a miss. Very precise. It is best. This seizes a helpless pawn. It is ideal. This exposes a pawn attack. It is ideal. This overlooks an opportunity to recapture a piece. This permits the opponent to capture the checking bishop. It is a mistake. Recaptures. It is ideal. So, the attacked pawn is protected. It is quite good. This captures a queen that checked the king. This is the only good move. It is a great move. Backs off. It is ideal. This evades the check from the pawn. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. From a prior move, recaptures. It is ideal. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it? This overlooks an opportunity to develop a rook off its starting square. It is a mistake. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This is the only move that works. This took advantage of a bad move and black is no longer in a losing position. It is a great move. A passing pawn could be promoted as a result of this. It is incorrect. There was only one good move there. This allows the opponent to kick a rook. It is a miss. The opposing rook is kicked by a pawn, and must now move or be captured. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. The rook is now in a safe position. That's good. By moving a rook from its starting square, this activates it. It is quite good. This ignores an opportunity to block a check from the opposing rook. It is a mistake. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. That's good. The checking bishop is moved away in this move. It is ideal. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This is the only good move. It is a great move. That is a regrettable error. It is incorrect. That's a decent move. That's good. This protects a weak piece by trapping one of its assailants. That's good. This defends a knight that was under attack and had no defenders. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This fails to take use of the chance to improve a bishop's square and broaden its range. It is incorrect. It's alright. That's good. The moved pawn advances toward its objective. It is quite good. Black is losing because the endgame has begun. It is ideal. Backs off. It is ideal. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This confines the opponent's king while also moving a rook to the 7th rank, activating it. It is quite good. So, the attacked pawn is protected. It is quite good. The rook is now on a square that is more secure. It is quite good. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. The moved pawn advances toward its objective. It is ideal. By moving it from the back rank, This activates the king in the endgame. That's good. A passed pawn is pushed by this. It is ideal. That is a logical response. It is quite good. A rook is positioned behind a passed pawn as a result, assisting in its promotion. It is quite good. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. The rook is now on a square that is more secure. It is quite good. The moved pawn advances toward its objective. It is ideal. Among the best actions. It is quite good. A passed pawn is pushed by this. It is quite good. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. A wise decision. It is quite good. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. Though not the best move technically, it was interesting. It is quite good. Recaptures. It is ideal. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. The pawn is now in a safe position. It is quite good. A powerful play. It is quite good. That is a logical response. It is quite good. Among the best actions. It is quite good. An opponent's passed pawn can't advance if a rook is positioned behind it. It is ideal. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is quite good. It was a free pawn there. It is ideal. A passed pawn is pushed by this. This raises a pawn to the rank of queen. It is ideal. This puts the rook behind an opposing passed pawn, which helps counter the pawn's push to promotion. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This promotes a pawn to a queen. This threatens to win a knight. It is excellent. That queen was open for business. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. Giveaway one player was winning, but then gave it away. That game was pretty competitive. Black played better than white in the opening. The middle game battle was fairly even. White outmaneuvered black in the endgame.